The United Nations is sounding the alarm after Israel just violated a 50-year-old ceasefire agreement with Syria. Israel has begun construction along a buffer zone known as the Alpha Line that separates the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights from Syria. It's essentially a demilitarized zone in which Israeli forces are required to remain west of the separation areas. The area of separation is technically called, and Syrian forces must remain on the east. Satellite images show something a little bit different, something that's undesirable. It shows new trenches being existing along the length of the Alpha Line dug by the Israeli military, who have apparently been laying asphalt down. Now, why would they be laying asphalt down? Well, they want to build a new road along the frontier. So I have an image here of the buffer zone, but it's not loading well. I'm having a little tech issue, so you just have to trust me here. But it's all over. You can find it. AP News and other outlets have been showing the satellite images and the images of the new buffer zone. And the United Nations says the work started in September and that Israel had its troops into the demilitarized zone during the construction. Now, one of the reasons this is causing concern is because there's been no major violence along the Alpha Line since the ceasefire agreement was signed in 1974. This is a big deal out there. Israeli settlers live alongside 20,000 Syrians. Most of them are Druze. If you don't know the Druze, they are another population inside of Israel. You have Arabs as a national identity, you have Jews. You also have the Druze, many of whom are refuseniks. They are people who refuse to participate in the Israeli conscription army. Violating the ceasefire agreement only risks increasing tensions across the Middle East. This after Israeli troops completed construction of new roadways and what appears to be a buffer zone along the Gaza Strip's frontier with Israel. So once again, according to the United Nations, Israel is violating peace treaties. Israel is violating international laws and order. And this is not a surprise to many people, as Israel has blatantly said, and we saw it in our debate in office hours, where Ayal said, you know, who is who's to tell us how we define our borders? So that language right away tells you how many people view international law. Bob Warren said, "Isn't the Golan Heights Lebanese? The Golan, this region of the Golan, the Golan Heights is Syrian. It's been Syrian since Israel took it from Syria in 1967 during the Six-Day War." But the question that comes up from some of you is, and it's the right question, which is, who's supposed to be doing something about it? It's a great question. International law is only as good as its enforcement. So unless the world is enforcing it, and particularly the Western powerful nations are saying, hey, this is unacceptable, then none of this other shit really matters. None of this stuff really